And welcome everybody. It's that rare... Oh shit, I don't have my hand trackers on. It's that rare time of year when it's every one of me and my friends.
Wait, we're your friends? I thought you just kidnapped us and occasionally play games with us.
I mean, isn't that basically what a friend is? That is the Vietnamese understanding of friends. We keep you in the tunnels, and if you escape, you either have to go through the punji pit traps, the spider warren, or the tiger that sits outside and occasionally eats people, like my uncle.
I thought that was your uncle.
No, he ate my uncle. And my aunt.
Oh.
And two cousins. So, we don't really bother with him.
Really? Because he's a kitten when you scratch his belly.
Yeah, it's not the same tiger. I know you white people can't tell them apart, but seriously, come on.
One, Latino. Two, we have our own tigers.
I mean, to be fair, when I was talking, I was referencing Tahu directly, and more like you as in general white people, but, whatever. So yeah,
Well,
my friends, dumbasses extraordinaire.
Strictly speaking, Latino...
I'm sorry? White man say what?
Well, I mean, Cubans considered white.
Miami, they ain't.
I mean, this was like decades ago. Like, anyway, come on, please.
Just get in the queue. Get in the rectangle.
Anyway, to repeat a joke from pre-stream, we are the trifecta of dumbasses. Well, no, actually, what was the joke? We have the trifecta: dumbass, smartass, and fat ass. Obviously, as the heavy, I am the fat ass. And then Ty was wondering, who is which of the rest of them? And of course, the answer is obvious, isn't it?
Yeah.
The one with the fusion-powered jetpack strapped to their back, probably the dumbass.
Wait, I thought... Don't Space Marines actually have, like, a literal nuclear fusion power source? And I'm thinking of Mjolnir armor.
Both,
actually, yeah.
Oh, boy. Anyway, so we're taking Fugal through the basics of the co-op campaign. Thus, Reliquary.
Yep, we're up to Reliquary.
I've done a bunch of the rest of them with you. It's just it's been out of order.
It is what it is.
The thousand suns erected a warp beacon.
Shit, which... I just remembered I've forgotten to set up my, my perks properly. Oh well.
We must not let them.
I don't even remember what weapon I spawned in with. It is the heavy plasma. Alright.
Sever the heretics portal and cut them off from
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Your success
Chaos.
will decide whether this is a war of peace.
And the heavy bolt pistol.
See it done.
Tell us your objective. Punish the thousand sons and identify them to death.
Shit. Oh, that was a good shot! There we go. Son of a whore. Yeah, they're all over there. It kind of is a waste to use plasma shots against mere cultists, but considering they literally just drained all my armor and half my health. Though to be fair, that was the snipers, and I took them out with the first shot, so whatever.
One shot. But...
No, the snipers were taken out with the first shot, but the rest of the cultists I was winnowing down with like even uncharged shots.
Alright, I guess you're taking the first batch of medic base then.
Indeed.
One who needs it.
So yeah, I got into Infinity mostly for fanfiction purposes.
You're probably gonna have to explain that one to me a bit. Second says stims and says shock grenades.
Oh,
Mark him.
So,
A little late. Oh well.
yeah.
I guess I'll grab it and get it back.
I keep forgetting I can't actually dodge while I'm in ready stance.
Yeah, you're not Captain Titus there.
I mean, Lieutenant Titus.
Apparently the remaster of the original game didn't go over too well.
To be fair, it's like, didn't they...
Alright, give me that health back, you little bastard. Dusty bastard. Alrighty.
Oh, there's most of my ammo.
Yeah, it happens.
I still got a bolt pistol. Still got a bolt pistol though.
Armor boosts for you squishy types, and armory data. Yay.
Ooh, yay! Armory data, always nice.
Tyler, don't you want some of the armor?
Good.
Alright. Well, I'm not picking it up myself because I'm lazy.
The one who... Oh, you mean the armor boost? Yeah, no, I'm... We're only playing substantial here, so...
I should be getting
Yeah, there's a drop pod up in this next room.
Yep.
Oh, thank God.
We are committed to this course.
So feel free to fill up on all your guns, all your bullets. Okay. You know what? I think I'll stick with the chainsword and bolt pistol. Because
An ancient protocol
Always fun.
passes from the tomb chamber.
Yeah.
Well, that's 2 Relic Marines down. I might want to get behind my shield.
correct.
Stop warping, you little bastard. God, rubrics is so annoying. Alright, cool. Tapping the drop pod one last time and then I'll join you guys.
Who wants the Medicaid first?
I'm good.
I live.
Okay, I'll take
God,
it then.
there's just... Yeah. Also, there's another armor boost if any. You guys are good.
Enhanced tactic ready.
You ready to start?
Also,
Oh, you
second
haven't done
set
this mission yet, have you?
Nope.
Oh, hi.
We've got an... Oh, never mind. Found him.
What is he?
Stabby Terminator.
Oh, it should be easy to deal with.
Sons deploy the Terminator.
You just got very good, bro.
I did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the 2 charged plasma shots help too. But yeah.
Start on this.
Hey, welcome to Imperial bureaucracy, Fugal. So I imagine it's the Blood Raven.
We need a new power source.
Actually, you're probably not all that familiar with Imperial bureaucracy as the Blood Raven, are you?
Hippity hoppity, yours or not, this is now Blood Raven property.
Indeed. Actually, to be fair, this part is probably very familiar.
Yep.
Oh, they're behind us.
But that's a lot of Zangors.
What Zangors?
Exactly.
Alright, we got a servitor right here. Oh, we got snipers behind us. So I'm just gonna be beating this meat.
Word choice.
Oh, cool, you found it.
Check that one team over here real quick. There's usually something good in there. Like melt a bomb for instance.
Nice.
Not the bomb.
Armor boost.
And shot grenades. And a rubric. And some cultists. We poor squishy meat piles. Technically not even working. Oh, hey, look, there's an armor boost there too, and another rubric. Fuck, I hate that move. Give me that health back, little bastard. Now I am beset by an illusion. Oh, that's a real Zangor, isn't it? Bitch. Really? Over his shoulder? That's so dumb. Fucking, I hate being third person sometimes, guys. Many times, actually. Yep, ordeal complete. 50 cultists killed.
Ammo box.
Alright, let's get a move on. Not showing my best accuracy there.
This is the annoying part.
Excellent work. Moving to the other side. Input request.
Grant us egress through this door.
Consecration seals in place. Breach of seals granted only in the event of reinterment. Authorization necessary. I, Captain Akaran, authorize the reinterment of the honored dead off-world. Authorization confirmed. Captain Akaran. Dispatching attendant to locate the remains.
Alas.
Here to serve. Follow, Minister.
Lovely folks. And it's another line just popping out of nowhere. Really? You just... Fucking goddamn it, I hate these things so much. Sorry.
Great that tasted the Imperial's justice.
Servitor. No need for him.
M's?
To be remembered in death is scanning sarcophagus.
Don't really need it. Well, Fugal kind of needs one.
Indexing list of potential replacements.
So I figure if you want to go grab that stim back down there and use one of the ones, that'd probably be the neatest option.
Faithful bones lie in perpetual grace, a slumber promised to all. Browsing catafalque. Subject is not being required parameters. Restarting server.
This whole rigmarole is just a pain in the ass. Oh, now we... Okay, whatever.
Oh,
The downstairs Fugal. Oh, look at all that. Huh. Didn't even realize there was something explosive there. Shit.
Evaluating Sword of
Yeah.
Atreus. In turn remain slumber in peaceful rest. Now you're here, online. No remains to be transferred. Proceeding on.
So, still no joy?
Still not yet.
We've literally made a giant ass circle. God damn it.
Scanning casting.
Oh, I hate it when it doesn't.
Where are you,
There we
Fugal? There he is. We got a whole bunch of shit coming in behind us and in front of us. Oh, it's a flamer. That's fun. Fugal, you know we don't need to kill all of them.
We
To be fair, they're gonna come chasing after us, so it's, you know, there's one up there. Ah, fucker, what the hell? And my shield's gone. Great.
boys have a melt the bomb for each trouble.
Why is it every time I'm in a game with you, they always focus on me? Oh, it just killed me. Oh, that's annoying.
Enhanced tactic ready.
Okay.
Got a Harry there for a half second.
Oh,
Sorcerer this time.
I didn't even hear it, but I see it. Oh, he's shooting me directly. That's annoying.
Thanks for what? Bursting its shield.
You are welcome. Alright.
Got that.
Fuck it. I swear to God, they are weighted to target me. It feels like. Oh, good.
Miserable life ends in disgrace.
and if you believe the rumors about the Blood Ravens, quite literally.
Yeah. It is funny to learn that they actually semi-canonized a lot of the lore, the speculation around them. Somewhat.
Yeah.
Airborne target on my auspex. A Heldrake.
And probably one of the best arguments for playing the Chaos Space Marine faction.
Do not falter. Make no tactical errors.
We must
I didn't even know these were a thing before
brothers.
before this game.
Heldrake?
Yeah. Never heard of them before.
10 years.
What's your point?
Just fine.
Look, man, the first I knew about this game was some weird StarCraft ripoff where they completely copied the Zerg for the Tyranids and all that shit. Like, shamelessly. Only even stupider.
Doing it to annoy me.
And, like, they even copied the Marines, except they made them even dumber. At least they were cool with the whole resocialization thing for the Terran Marines in StarCraft. But no, these guys are just weird mutant people. Fugal, you're gonna want this if you're not too far ahead. It should be buried that deep.
I was just there. I was just in front.
Yeah. Well, the main problem is that once you get... What the fuck was that? Once you get to a certain point, the dragon starts flaming us. Which makes everything a bit annoying to deal with.
Iron King, one line.
Alright, okay, let's go. Huh, it's not doing the thing.
Don't look, get force in the mouth.
Anyway, we got a little hidden section back here.
Yeah, there should be another back.
Don't bother fighting on the bridge, Fugal. Just don't.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, run past. Yeah, okay, whatever. Ow. Fuck it, I'll take it if you've got one. Yes, beside the bridge, but never on the... What the fuck? Oh, really, you little bastard. They're really shoving a lot at us. Oh, son of a whore. Really?
How are you doing?
We're down here. You kind of ran a little way ahead. Like, there's like a whole secondary like underbridge we went to and got a med pack there and used it immediately, apparently. Oh, you're in front. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna have to hurry up a bit. Yeah, that's why I picked up that one below. And how to use it, because Rubric Marines hate my fat ass. It is what it is. Boy.
Alright, see that?
Oh shit!
Flame,
Suppressing systems engaged.
that?
Huh, that actually didn't hurt as much.
Well, yeah, we're all on the team.
Incoming.
Pyrocredit bombardment incoming.
Oh, just a whole bunch of cultists just in one freaking morass.
Oh, Medicaid's in. You guys need any?
No, I'm good.
Huh. Usually a charge shot just staggers them outright. Oh well. Extremists. Who we got?
We've got a rocket launcher.
Mark.
He's dead. That was quick. Alright. Even after they patched out the whole killing its own troops thing.
I'll say that would have been more like realistic, but
I mean, it was, but that guy. Dumbass. Boy. I'm gonna take the high road. Just in case. They're teleporting Really?
I apparently had my frame. Guess what I found?
What?
What?
Gene seed?
Nice.
Balefire incoming! Pyrogenic bombardment incoming!
Yeah, I'm gonna take you down a special trip to hell. Asshole. All these Zangori Alliance, I swear. Anywho. Did you really check the background? Shit.
Yeah, I have it. I'm just. How far am I?
Damn it! Fucking sniper! Anywho.
Back here. That's okay. Unless. Fugal, did you get it already?
I'm out of ammo.
No. Dude, through the door, through the door.
Alright.
Cool. Alright, so this is just teaching us the mechanic for the boss fight, if you pay attention.
Interact with corresponding sigil to perform planes.
Villa?
Is that what it's called?
Oh, but it's like it's got the Aquila and it's
Success. Cleansing is successful.
Sometimes I call it a Kegel.
In the archives.
now I'm actually going to switch over to the vortex pistol.
Who wants to crack grenades?
I have a belt bomb. So go ahead.
Additional supplies secure.
Okay, I guess I'll keep frags. Who needs the stems?
You can,
I'll
get,
grab it.
you can take the crack grenades, I can take the extra frags.
Sure.
I only used 2 grenades this whole time, so
But with Saint Lancaster,
I'm not gonna be stingy during this fight.
play its cursed hard. Lay abide
I'm a boost.
Demon engine countermeasures engaged. Sanctified weaponry preferred.
You don't say. Alright,
Beacon
so we have glass windows. We've got
Crown,
Torch,
Kegel.
Papal Crown, and Kegel. I got the Papal Crown here.
I got the Aquila.
That's ammo box. Back up, hide. Man, what are we missing? We just got the
Found it,
beacon
handle.
torch.
Yeah.
That was it, brothers.
Alright, DPS check.
Head actually does more damage, a little bit more damage.
Plasma doesn't get crits. Good lord, look at that. I love seeing that.
Or
2 of us are over leveled.
Keep coming out.
Hide.
Attack.
Alright, Papal Crown,
Smell the taint of
the teardrop thing, and 2 lines and a cog.
Cog rise, papal crown.
Okay, I got the Papal Crown.
I got Campbell.
Okay, I think cog rise is in the middle here. I got it. Okay, DPS again.
Really, because
And it's dead.
the relics actually damage themselves, so you only just have to hit it for depression.
Right. It's like maxed out heavy plasma incinerator. It's like chunk. But yeah, and plasma of any kind can't get critical hits, so, well, can't get headshots. Or precision, I don't know what to call them. What are these? What are these? Victory. I've actually drifted a little off center. What the hell? Let me just fix this up. Okay. There we go. So, anything interesting going on that you don't mind being streamed over the airwaves?
Almost finished with with around 20 Space Marines of my greater second battle company project.
Like I said, I got into Infinity.
What is Infinity?
It's essentially it's a small squad tactic tabletop game. They've been around for a little bit while. They've got a lot of, from what I remember, a lot of cool MDF terrain. That's the like particle board that's set in a certain way.
I was going to say MDF, Mary Delta Frank.
Yeah, I think.
Just wish that their models weren't metal.
Yeah. They also have from what I remember, some very complex rule sets that are apparently all free online. So it's it's just need to get the models as it were.
You said they're metal?
Shooter.
Fun. But I imagine it doesn't offer as much
Sorry,
custom.
question. Priority targeting. Is it worth it as a perk?
Priority target.
Mark from Auspex scan 8 seconds longer.
Oh yeah, that one.
Is it better than vital data?
Oh yeah, okay. Let me put it like this. There's a combo that you can do a little more. What you're going to want is priority and close targeting, unlock it, precision calibration. Basically put what's going to happen here. Oops, sorry, not. I'm sorry, it's specifically the wombo combo. You're actually looking at retarget, expert timing, and then precision calibration. So basically put it's priority targeting cancels out the 4 seconds that you with expert. Well, that's just weird. His backpack is completely missing.
What?
Your back is currently glitched out.
Not on my screen, it ain't.
I know, I just took a screenshot. I'll show it to you. Alright, let's do one more mission and then I'm gonna...
Alright. So Fugal finish up his leveling. Let's see.
Totally good. I'll later.
Extremist, extremist. And technically, yeah, I think priority targeting is better than vital data. Of that whole column, I think it is probably the one that's better, because you don't really need Auspex scan for minors, because they're just minors. So what's like the story behind, what is it, Infinity?
Yeah.
Oh, don't ask me. I just remember it was around like 2013, 2014. It was popular in my local flip cups. Remember, it had some pretty cool looking MDF terrain.
Alright, so I did in fact still have my multi-melta perk set up, so that's going to be fixed. That said, I did finish up leveling my heavy plasma up to the fullest level, so I'm going to be using the bolter for a bit.
Okay.
Wait, your perk tree is set. Is set to no matter what.
Yeah. It essentially the loadouts are only affect the weapon.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit annoying when it comes to like weapon-specific perks, especially. But what can you do?
Yeah, I guess. Oh, hold on.
Actually, what mission is after Reliquary?
Fall of Atreus.
Which we've already done. Actually, no, we haven't.
Haven't we? I mean, Lord knows I've run that mission so many times, successfully or not.
With you guys, I've done Inferno, Capitation, Vox Liberté, Reliquary, Termination, Ballistic Engine, and Exfiltration.
Yeah.
I have not done Fall of Atreus or Obelisk with you guys.
That's what I thought.
Well, if you're for Termination, that one's kind of... Did we figure out where that was in the story?
Termination? Yeah, it was before the first the second planet.
Right, the Hive planet.
Yeah.
Well, Fall of Atreus is a fun one. It is very Blood Ravens. What?
Oh, I remember when I was first starting Space Marine, we did that one where we were all did up as blood.
I never did go through that edit, unfortunately, and a lazy bastard. I have the footage somewhere, but still.
But yeah. Story of Infinity can be summed up as it's essentially 200 years in the future. Humanity has started to colonize other worlds, but we're still being dicks to each other.
Naturally.
There are two great powers in what is collectively known as the human sphere.
All right.
You have Pan-Oceania, which is basically the culmination of
Our path to Aurora is barred by the Thousand Suns Silver Tower.
Yeah.
We do not have any
Prosperity
weapons
sphere?
or Demerium that can
No.
destroy it.
I'll get to that in a moment.
Best available tactic requires an ancient battle barge
Australia?
mechanicus compound that is
No, it's actually the culmination of what is essentially Western Europe and North, basically hyper NATO.
All right. Using Oceania seems a little weird then, but okay.
Yeah.
It is a sacred relic, filled with ancient splendor, brimming with power undimmed.
I think the main founders were like the ocean-going places,
Battle barge for the duration of this conflict. It will then be returned to
hence
your care.
Pan-Oceania.
Very well. But you will need my assistance in locating such an ancient machine spirit.
Assist the Adeptus
Look, I just got into this like 2 weeks ago. Forgive me for not knowing the whole story.
We should be on the ground shortly.
I mean, considering you said you got in for fanfic purposes.
As you command, Lieutenant.
Yeah, WINX Club fanfiction purposes.
Oh, isn't that still that multi-cross bullshit you were going on about?
No,
How-
that's a separate thing entirely.
Oh god, how is this WINX Club fan?
I'll get to that in a moment.
Alright, go on.
Second big power is Yujing. Now, remember what you said about Japanese co-prosperity sphere?
Sorry, spell that?
Yujing.
J-I-N-G. Y-U-J-I-N-G? Okay, that's interesting. He explodes. I love that perk.
You and me both.
I wish I got to play tactical more often just so I could use that perk. Okay, so Yujing. Huh.
Yeah.
That sounds
And
familiar
remember-
for some reason.
Now, Tahu, remember what you said about the Japanese co-prosperity sphere? Imagine that, but run by China.
So the Chinese co-prosperity sphere.
Yeah.
Technically, I think it was always called the
Chinese
Great
Empire.
East Asian co-prosperity sphere. Historically speaking.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, Pan-Oceania is weird because, you know what? I don't even know what Pan-Oceania is weird just because of the fact that they behave. Their armed forces behave more like knightly orders.
Oh, great. Someone let the Brits be popular again. Or the French. Either way, I don't like it.
More like the Germans.
It's only slightly better.
Really, the whole knightly culture thing has come back in vogue in Pan-Oceania.
Oh,
But yeah,
the Oceania thing that's still throwing me for like a
Yep.
yeah. Again, I didn't make this up. I'm just the
I
guy
know.
that got into it. But yeah,
So basically,
Anyway.
we have West versus East.
yes. But then you have to realize that they kind of realize that having open war between everyone is not a good thing. just between two factions is not really conducive to a war game.
Right.
So there's a bunch of other smaller factions that are caught in between all of this.
Cool. Makes sense
So-
to me.
To begin with, you have Elf, or Elf? Aleph?
Spell it.
Aleph.
A-L. Aleph?
Yeah, Aleph.
Really?
Okay, there we go.
Wasn't expecting to hear that outside of worm fanfiction or discussion of Jewish alphabets, but whatever.
That's basically the forces of an AI that is helping to run humanity
Oh, cool.
in like a UN type thing.
Cool.
This led to the creation of O12, who I can best describe as the UN given teeth.
So not the UN.
Wants the Guardian Relic. Look, I'm also going to say that if anyone watching this actually plays Infinity, forgive me if I got anything wrong.
I mean, how many people exactly played? I never heard of it, so...
A surprising amount. Like, there's a good 40 people in my local area that played, I think.
Alright.
But anyway, but those are just like the big overarching factions.
Right.
The other smaller factions include the Nomads, who are like, we don't really want to be part of anyone, so we're just going to wander around in our big-ass spaceship.
Sounds good to me.
Detecting stereo. No refilling magazines.
Yeah, how did you take all that damage?
You know, I keep getting sandwiched between two guys that you guys miss. While I'm focused on, like, shooting stuff. We just basically take it easy for this whole part.
Join the Dreadnought show.
Also loot the tombs.
But yeah, anyway, they're like a high-tech faction. But they're more like mercenaries rather than anything else. They'll support whichever faction gives them what they want.
Makes sense.
After that, you have...
You guys want the stem pack?
I already got one.
Out there. Yeah, I'll take it.
Stims administered.
After that, you have the Japanese Separatist Army.
Oh, fun.
So remember how I said that Yujing was basically the total prosperity sphere, just run by China?
Right.
Well, it turns out Japan doesn't like them.
I mean... Yeah. No one likes China. Except North Korea. Maybe a little bit of Russia.
But yeah, so they decided they wanted to separate and are causing havoc everywhere.
Oh, good for
They
them.
got their independence. But yeah, they got their independence, and now they're trying to be their own thing.
Iron Hero online.
Exia, you want to grab the relic?
Yep.
Dire circumstances.
Alright, so you said it's a squad
then-
level tech.
Hold
Go
on. There's still 2 more factions.
Alright. So Japanese
The
separatists.
first one, the next one is Ariadna,
Ah,
who is
lovely.
the first colony lost. They are the lost first colony of humanity, and they are the descendants of the Cossack, French, Scottish, and American forces that went off to settle that planet. Yeah, basically Russian.
Okay, what scale are we talking about here? So it sounds like we're solidly beyond the solar system at this point.
Yeah,
With the Crane and engage
What are we, like pre-Battletech? Battletech-ish?
Proceeding to Crane.
first major colonies of humanity.
Alright, so what, they're generation ship offshoots, I guess, then?
No, wormholes.
Yeah, of course. Wormholes. How could I expect otherwise?
Yeah,
No, I was talking about, like, Ariadne specifically, so like pre-wormhole generation ship, or...
no, actual wormhole. First wormhole.
Oh, that's...
Like literal first wormhole.
In or
And-
artificial or naturally occurring.
Naturally occurring, but it was closed artificially.
I feel like there's some intrigue there.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a moment.
Advancing.
But yeah, essentially Ariadna is the one I know most about, but that's because I play Ariadna.
I was going to ask. Right, after that?
Yeah. And then after that, you have the non-aligned armies, who are basically just mercenary companies.
But not severely aligned, okay.
Yeah, not severely aligned. Like, everyone else has, like, a national faction to go off of. These guys are literally just, you pay us, we fight.
Right. Huh, no bullshit this time, huh?
Hold on. There's a faction here that I will completely miss.
Alright.
Success. We've cleared passage for ourselves.
You are nearing the vessel's sights, Talassa. Ensure nothing further impedes your progress.
I just heard extremists.
I think it's a sorcerer.
Nope, sword guy.
Oh, fun.
Fun.
But, yeah.
Hey, look what we have here.
Medical resupply.
Oh, not what I thought. Fugal, you're gonna want that med stim.
But yeah, anyway, the last 2 factions are both alien factions.
Oh, aliens. Yay.
Yeah. So, to begin with, you have the Combined Army. Where basically... Again, I might be wrong on this, but they're basically the Mongols.
But aliens.
And then you have the Toha, who are
Stockpile.
their rivals? Enemies? I don't know. We good?
You get your...
Advance to position. Stim
Oh, hold on.
supplies enhanced
Med stim.
active ready.
Yeah. Also, we have the pod.
Yeah. I already restocked.
Cool. Moving along. So, like, 2 separate alien species, is that it?
Yeah. Who wants the Medicaid?
I am.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Order acquired. Unsanctioned sigils.
But yeah.
Reported to the Order's heroes.
Anyway.
The mission. There are more pressing heresies that need our attention.
But yeah, those are the factions.
Right.
And you basically fight it out for whatever objectives.
Right, you mentioned
Advanced
small
unit.
unit tactics.
Yeah, so remember how I said the UN has teeth?
Sure. AIUN.
Yeah, basically nobody wants to have large-scale war because there are so few habitable planets that any large-scale fighting
Goes
will
nuclear.
will
Or whatever
cause
equivalent.
problems. Yeah, will cause problems.
Right. Makes sense.
So everyone basically has to go with deniable op stuff.
Right. So you're playing like special forces, infiltrators, and small elite units, yada yada yada.
Yeah,
Alright, so what are we talking here? Power armor, mecha, small vehicles.
power armor, and a small vehicle at most.
Right.
Some units even have motorcycles.
Resupply there.
Ooh, fancy.
But yeah, basically, I think the biggest infantry type thing is something the size of a crisis suit.
Sounds good to me.
The
And I think-
third Guardian relic, even.
We all have guardian
Guardian
relics except you, so.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm like, this is man.
Right.
Captain Akran, your Ultramarines are lit. They are under heavy attack and need reinforcements.
But yeah, basically, no one.
Make haste.
So you basically take command of these small units
Blessed vessel.
and try to support your nation's objectives,
Right.
whatever they may be.
And you said you're playing the
So-
Space Russians.
No, I am playing the Space American.
Can you say something about Cossacks?
Yeah, so Ariadna is basically four Earth nations that are basically working together somewhat.
Wait, I thought they were the colony survivors.
Yes, and they basically look. Ariadna had a lot of shit happen,
I mean, yeah, I figured considering these are survivors, so.
but there are basically 5 factions in it. Okay, so every
sub-factions.
So, yeah. So, basically, every nation has sub-factions.
Makes sense.
And those sub-factions are they basically have a theme.
Naturally.
So, as an example, if I were to, say, pick Pan-Oceania, we have 3 sectional armies, which are a winter fighting specialization force, a colony protection force, and the military knightly order.
Right.
You also have the generic faction that kind of covers everything, or a majority of their stuff.
Right. The basic.
This is their, yeah. This is basically if you want to play generic.
The hell is hitting me? Also, Fugal, you're almost dead.
But yeah, so to give you an idea, myself playing Ariadna, I have officially 3, but technically 5 factions to play with.
Alright.
So they are respective Purge, Data Slate.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
My name is Data Slate during Reliquary too. I forgot to mention. Or 2, I think.
So I have Ariadna as a whole faction.
We are committed to this
I have
cause.
Ariadna as a whole. But then I also have the Tatari Army Corps.
Tatari? That's not a word I expected to find.
Eradicate heretics.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, basically that's the Space Russians.
Tatari. Huh. They're the Space Russians?
Yeah.
Alright. The other ones?
The other ones are the Caledonian Highlanders.
Caledon? What? Okay. Interesting.
Basically the Scottish.
Of course.
I have the Merovingian Corps,
Oh god.
so the Space French.
Oh god.
What, no Space Vikings?
Okay, so remember how I said that okay, so the Ariadna may have primarily been America, Russia, Scotland, and the French, but they had a bunch of others join in. So it would not surprise me if Caledonian Highlanders had some space Vikings in there.
I mean, from a certain point of view,
but yeah. And then lastly, we have the U.S. Ariadna Corps.
the U.S. Ariadna Corps?
Yeah, the U.S. Ariadna Ranger Force.
Like U.S. as in
The United States.
Okay. How does that mesh with the whole oceanic thing?
Oh no, they're not Pan-Oceania. They're Ariadna.
Right. Yeah, but I thought the U.S. isn't Oceania like part of? Isn't that North America? You said, or am I?
Yes.
Which includes? I'm so confused now.
So basically, these guys never got the memo that the U.S. joined Pan-Oceania, so they could still consider themselves the rightful successors to the United States.
Oh joy.
In other words,
Texas.
no, actually. Surprisingly, the thing is, Europe is kind of the core of Pan-Oceania.
Right. Like they wish they were in real life.
So when the U.S. joined Pan-Oceania, well, the thing is, the whole lost colony thing kind of screwed over the U.S.
Nothing will stop us from being lighted.
Oh, so basically we're looking at a Blade Runner situation.
Yeah.
The joke is that there were a lot of Asian stuff in Blade Runner because the way they set up the setting was that all the white people left Earth. That is.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway. So,
The sorcerer.
I hate that beam.
I have no engines here, but these tracks seem misaligned.
Oh, we gotta babysit the carriage too.
Managing the tracks nearby. Must perform the appropriate
Oh, Heldrake.
Hey,
desired geometry.
But yeah, anyway.
I've seen him at this difficult.
Considering this plan of theirs, I have my doubts.
But yes, anyway, the thing is,
Go ahead.
Pan-Oceania were also kind of dicks about trying to reclaim Dawn, which is where the faction of Ariadna is.
Do we have an actual like constellation name for this colony? Like Tau Ceti, Alpha Centauri, Epsilon Eridani, what?
Hold on.
Wait, actually, which way are we going? Okay, so that's one. I'm going. No, just the one. Okay. So, nope. That's not the right way. God damn it. Fuck it. I didn't realize which way it was facing.
Okay.
And we're gonna have to go the long way, it looks like. Unless we can swap it around. Because I just fucking started this thing. Oh well. And we get a.
No, give me a moment to look it up, then I can. Give me a moment when we're not in the middle
I
of the
got
mission and all.
Alright,
I'll
can we
let
get
you know.
a switch around? Two more. And you know, this actually works pretty well. Alright, and just do one switch. Cool. Alright, moving along. I see you are cursed.
Buzz.
Yeah.
Whose nations are passing now?
And now keep moving, you damn fucking. There we go. Alright, so beyond Ariadna, what's your favorite subfaction of it? How are you building it?
Oh yeah.
Tell me about your
so-
units.
So basically, U.S.
500 focus killed.
Yeah, basically, again, my preferred faction is the U.S. Ariadna Ranger Force.
Right.
And it's entirely because of this one model called Blackjacks. Oh,
One more time, Ty. There we go. Ow.
damn it! I missed.
It's alright, it's alright. It happens to all of us.
But yeah,
So, Blackjack, what is it?
basically a you know the power loader from Alien.
Yes.
Imagine that armored up and carrying a heavy machine gun and a giant ass sniper cannon.
Cool, cool. Sounds good to me.
You know what?
So
no,
it's a mini
I'm just
mecha, right?
Let me just show you the Blackjack.
Well, we're kind of in the middle of something here. Fuck. 2 turns, I think? Uno, no, 3, yeah, 2 more. Dos. Tres.
I'll post it in the Discord.
I mean, alright, let me. Oh, wow, that is nice. And it's got a knife.
Yeah,
I don't like that. US, you said, huh?
yeah. U.S. Ariadna.
Shit, I feel patriotic just looking at it. Well, it's not red, white, and blue enough, so not super patriotic. But few of us can reach the levels of Gundam Maxter. That was unblockable.
Do not speak beyond your ken, engine seer. It does not take notice to see this act of desperation.
Alright, we're gonna need 2 revolutions. Fuel, don't go ahead. Oh, there you are. Ah, motherfucker, I dodged 30 times! Asshole.
Chaos.
It's the cultist sniper.
Do I need to repeat myself?
Probably.
Okay.
2 times.
Alright, on it.
And then it's gonna be... and
But yeah,
escort.
Also, be aware that you might see some famous names pop up in. Oh, sorry. There is one more faction for Ariad, and it's the Cosmo.
What are we talking about? Battlestar Galactica? That's gonna be 2 more.
Cosmoflot.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
In
but
relation to
basically-
Aeroflot?
But basically, it's
Once more.
their base defense force.
Oh, one more.
Oh. A second.
So yeah, it's their base defense force, basically.
Oh, so Gjallarhorn.
Yeah,
Kinda.
I guess.
Actually, you've seen Iron Blood Orphans, right?
Yeah.
That reminds me, I still need to watch that latest episode of G-Quux. Fucking sniper. Really? 2 of you at once? Okay. Oh, good thing I got that fucking Guardian relic.
Heresy quotient reduced.
Yeah, sneaky little ranged bastard up there.
But yeah, the thing is, most stuff is infantry scale.
Right. Infantry, light vehicles, so on and so
Yeah.
forth.
Yeah, like that image I showed you, the base infantry are about half that thing's size.
I mean, considering it's got some pictures of what I assume are basic infantry in like the background and stuff.
Yeah.
That is actually right up my alley, though. That one specific model.
Iron Halo.
Yeah. So the thing is, in the U.S., blackjacks are a U.S. Ariadna specific unit.
Aw. Well, the Japanese still got something just as good?
They've got their own stuff.
I think.
Ow.
Yeah.
Sorry, what? Their own what?
We have it. Locked target.
They've got their own thing.
Power armor.
Yeah, they have samurai power armor.
Close proximity to target.
Cool.
Deep scan ready.
Enemy eliminated.
Watch your fire, brother.
But yeah,
I heard that mid.
Reactor is primed for ignition.
Alright, hit the button.
This machine service me forever remembered.
The Atreus is ready to taste vengeance with his
I'll let you roll it.
Routing signal data through telemetry systems.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was a mistake.
Errors detected due to signal interference. Calculating trajectory.
The shattered ship becomes the sailor.
Instrument of the machine.
but yeah. So yeah, like I said, for me, US Ariadna is my faction. They're probably getting a rework to improve their capabilities soon. Because they do need to play a little bit of catch up in the current metagame. From what I hear, anyway.
Interesting. What the fuck? What's that?
The 12-sized auto. That is either a really small or very autocannon or a very heavy machine gun.
The one on top is an autocannon. The one on the arm is a machine gun.
A very small autocannon.
Yes.
I mean, to be fair, what is that? Like, it could be, let me pull it back up. Oh, looks like a good 25 millimeters at least.
Mm-hmm.
Unless my measurements are off.
It's a 40 millimeter base.
No, I was talking about, like, the caliber of the gun.
Oh yeah, no, assume, the thing is, this thing, hold on, let me pull up that number.
To be fair, it's hard for me to guesstimate mall compression and size
Oh
ranges.
yeah, I get that. Black guy.
And heavy bolter's maxed out.
That's about it for me tonight, guys.
Fair enough. But yeah.
Like I said,
But yeah. Anyway, part of the reason why I ended up so this is a tabletop war,
Right.
and every faction has obviously character models, kind of, but every single one of their units has a lieutenant character. However, they also have actual named characters.
Right.
So, as an example, you can have, for example, Colonel Yevgeny Voronin of the Cossack Diplomatic Corps.
Yevgeny, yeah?
You could also take Brigadier Jacques Barrasu, the officer of the Metros.
Oh, jocks. Ugh. Okay.
You could literally have the Unknown Ranger. Yushia McNeil. And William Wallace.
Okay. William Wallace, huh?
Yeah, no, like, you could literally just have William Wallace in Ariadna, but it gets dumber. Oh yeah, no, sorry, I actually forgot one other minor faction. Haki Islam.
Ah, I'm gonna assume Middle East.
Yeah, Middle East. But let me also go through some of the names in Pan-Oceania. So I've got Optimate Agent Maximus, Patsy Garnet,
Ooh. Yaoshi remotes.
I've also got
I like these little
Night-
bastards.
Knight Hospitaller Kyle Hawkins.
Oh, there we go. Mechazoid Sokolentai. Okay, yeah, JSA's definitely up my creek.
I've also
they have
got
a starter set, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's like $86.
Fusilier Indigo Richard Quinn, and of course, Jeanne d'Arc.
Actually, Eugene doesn't look that bad either.
Yeah.
Let you guys have get on with it. Have a good night.
Night,
Take care, man. Oh, you might get a kick out of this one. One of the named characters for Yu Jing is Sun Tzu.
Really? That's
Yep.
a little. Can I find him here? Wait, Dragon Lady Imperial. Oh, there we go. The board. Oh, with boarding shotgun, I assume.
Yeah. As I said, JSA has some fun named
Wait,
characters.
they literally
like-
have Shaolin warrior monks. That's a little on the nose, guys. Come on, even for me.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. You might get a kick out of this one, but the Combined Army, one of their named characters is literally Achilles.
Really? Let me pull
Yes.
that guy up. Oh. Oh wait, that's expansion pack alpha. Shit. Noctifers, dire foes. Cornac Gazarot. The anathematic. No. Some of these guys look pretty alien.
Yeah, the Combined Army is aliens.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Wait, Grimsdottir? Oh boy, that's frickin' Splinter Cell hitting me back in the face. Alright, this Shazvatsky guy looks literally like an Ava.
Yep.
Though I do kind of like the styles, though. Alright, where's Achilles? Avatar, James Cameron's gonna sue. And Zeodrone, Batroids, Carontids. Where's this guy? I don't see anyone named Achilles.
Hold
Let
on.
me go through. Cornac Gazrat, Morat, War Corps, War Correspondence. Alphabetically, please. Agent Dukash and Avatar. Sure was the Combined Army?
He used to be with something. With a few other things.
Let me check non-aligned armies. Sounds like that'd be... I mean, I assume with the name Achilles, he'd be Greek.
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh, wait.
Here it is.
Ida...
I got the image for you.
Huh. Yeah, no, they really just made him cybernetic, futuristic Achilles. Huh. Well, damn. Shit. I might have to actually... Well, I am going to look more into this game now that I know about it.
Apparently
Pewter, you said, huh?
Huh?
Pewter, you said, huh?
Sorry, what?
Pewter, you said, huh?
No, metal.
I mean, okay, Tahu said pewter, but...
Oh. But yeah, no, like I said, for me, I am playing a little bit uphill because apparently the faction I want to play isn't in a good spot right now. But I'm still going to try for it.
There was... Oh, I don't see Ariadne here. Oh, no, Ariadna. Okay, that explains it. Hello. Ooh. What the hell is that? US... Do they have some sort of cyber sloth thing? What is that?
What unit are you looking at?
I'm looking at the US Ariadna action pack.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to
Biker
mention.
and some... Are those fucking werewolves?
Yeah,
God damn
I
it.
forgot to mention that. Ariadna has werewolves.
Well, we can't let Bao learn about them. Okay. And these guys literally just have the Master Chief's helmet, the Dynamo of Kazakh Light Cavalry.
Yeah.
Okay, so no, these are... So we're gonna... What the fuck is... Wolfgang Amadeus Wolf? Wolver Bounty Hunter? What the fuck? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yep. Wolfgang Amadeus Wolf.
Jesus. Alright, we got Yevgeny Voronin. Oy vey.
Yeah. Like I said, right now,
Oh,
everything...
there we go, blackjacks. Oh, and they literally have a mad cat. Well, they have a catapult. Chernobog armored regiment.
Yeah.
Okay. And that is a bear in power armor with a maul.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. Armata Project 2 Ratnik. Yep. That's my style. Oh, and there is an artillery regiment. Also drones. Little tankette drones. Very nice.
Yep. And like I said, it is... Like I said, but yeah, part of the reason why I wanted to, why I got into it is for fan fiction purposes. So, WINX Club is a very sci-fantasy setting, leaning more heavily towards fantasy.
I mean, I didn't, partake of it much outside of what I saw briefly, so I'll take your word for it. But I am aware, yes, vaguely. Combine army start. Bakunin. Essentials, JSA. As a cyber samurai, what's it called? We have a... Yeah. Shiden Butai? What? Markers. No, the JSA action pack's out of production or something. Mention off.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the painful part.
I assume you still have to paint these yourself too?
Yeah.
That is a fucking pat labor.
Which one?
Oyoroi Kidobutai. That is literally a pat labor. Well,
Yeah.
actually, I guess it's technically a little lankier than a pat labor, but I don't know. Well, it's got a little... Huh.
Yeah. Some of this stuff is expensive. Jesus. But yeah, I actually have a buddy of mine who's going to be teaching me how to play this game, so I'll make sure to take some notes down, and we can probably run a game on tabletop soon.
Oh my god. They have no
What?
shame.
What?
They literally have Yojimbo and Miyamoto Musashi. What the fuck?
Oh yeah.
That is a little too blatant. It's not even clever, fucking Wolf dude, Amadeus Wolf, or whatever.
Wolfgang Amadeus Wolf.
Yeah, it's silly.
Yeah. But yeah, Miyamoto Musashi and Yojimbo. Look, you have to remember, in Pan-Oceania, you can literally fight alongside Joan Arc.
Jesus.
In Yujing, you've got Sun Tzu. In Ariadne, you have William Wallace.
Yeah, it's... I'm a little surprised they didn't go for Oda or something, but I guess not a lot of people outside Japan are familiar with Oda Nobunaga.
In Hak Islam, you can have Saladin.
Oy. Let me look at a left then. Ah, I see. Cyberpunk guys. and Dakini tack bots? The fuck?
The nomads have Achilles.
Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. So Aleph has Agamemnon to the Atreides. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And Marut? Okay, haven't seen that pop up since Gundam 00.
Oh, Aleph also has Penthesilea and
Right.
Hippolyta.
And Atalanta.
Fuck, I'm gonna have to collect LF now, aren't I?
If you feel that strongly about them. They only have
No.
a unit just labeled post-humans. What the hell?
No, for Atalante.
Oh, and there's Ajax. She's a little bunny drone looking bot. Spot bot, apparently. Okay, so Aleph seems pretty Greek themed. Oh, there's Penthesilea.
So I do think that in the current one, I think Atalante is out of the thing.
Says here she's on pre-order / back order.
Oh, well, she's new then.
1 to 2 week wait, apparently. Well, either old, or they relaunched her, or they just were plain out of stock.
Yes.
You know, considering all the, well, I don't know how it would work for you. Good, considering for. Keep in mind, I'm not sure if they have like regionalized store things here. I'm just looking at the
Fair enough.
Warsenal collections, all that.
Starmada 012 has Casanova.
Oh, God. Casanova, really? Star Meta
And Hector.
Action Pack. Star Meta, Yoka. Roadbots Highway. Do they literally have Transformers?
Apparently.
Varangian Guard. Jesus, okay.
Yeah.
Team Sirius apparently has a fucking robot baboon or something. Huh. Wait, Saladin's in the 012 too?
Yeah. He's an 012 liaison agent with Hakislam.
Interesting. That's... Ooh, data unit. Buzzbots. Okay, copper bots. There's Hector. Oh. They're diggers, warcores. Oh, they have the records. They are Transformers. But more literally, Fire Recon Armored Squad. Apparently originating out of China, though I think that's just production.
Excuse me a moment. I just gotta run to the launch.
It's cool. Miranda Ashcroft. Homer Champion. Oh, hey. Monstruckers. Alright. Swanson. Is that what it is? Yeesh. Cyclops. Gangbuster. Alright, so I might be a little interested in some Infinity then, so. What are Dire Foes? A box that will allow you to play special narrative missions and attain HVT. Includes same factions as the Battle Pass and beyond that. Half the first lineup is sold out. Okay, so it's like just like 3 unit missions. I see that. Okay. Alright. What do they got for books? Oh, cool. The quick start rules are free. And I suppose they have fiction books. Infinity Trail, graphic novel, and Song of Exos. Raven Eye. Downfall by Mark Barber. Adgarts by John Levy. We have Angel Gyrodils. Oh, it's a masterclass focused on painting miniatures. Cool. Shell game. Neat. 180 years. Infinity Code 1, faster and condensed version of Infinity N4 game. Scale their game's choice of 3 different options for the number of figures, estimate duration of the game, and size of the playing surface, facilitates fast games with intense game system of Infinity, in which whole thing is. Okay, pick it up.
But yeah, what's weird about Infinity is that it's a D20 system. Yeah, it's weird to me, but I guess I just have to get used to it.
Well, it looks like an interesting setting if nothing else. How's this working the fan fiction for WINX Club, though?
Okay, so you remember how I just named a bunch of famous names from myth and human history?
Right.
Alright. So, the basic version is, okay, let's just have, so in Canon WINX Club, we have Bloom adopted by generic-ish family in Northern California.
Right.
So, what if we just change her, who adopts her?
I mean,
so that's the easy thing.
all right.
So that's the easy option. Like, imagine William Wallace raising a fairy.
Well, that can go any number of ways.
Yeah. Or for the dumber one, imagine Wolfgang Amadeus Wolf, a bounty hunter werewolf, raising a fairy.
Also very strange. Ooh, that one has a scope? What the hell?
So, but then I started thinking, and then I realized, what the fuck do we know about the universe of WINX Club?
Myself, absolutely nothing.
And see, that's the problem. Because even someone who has spent the last couple of weeks doing research, I barely know anything about the universe of WINX Club. Like, as an example, let's just take the background worlds of the main characters.
So we're assuming Earth and weird fairy dimensional alternate realm or something?
See, that's the problem right there. Right there.
Oh boy.
Because just going off of the first season, we have Bloom, we have Stella, Tecna, Musa, Flora.
Ooh, it is scoped.
And
Reloading.
and between all of them, there are 6 different planets that they have ties to. So Bloom has
Wait, like
2.
planets?
Yes, as in planetary planets, as in their planet is a nation.
I like actual planets, not just like alternate worlds or universes or subdimensions.
Correct.
Like literally look up in the sky, it is orbiting a star planet.
Yes.
Okay, that's I don't know how to alright.
Not only that, they're all monarchies. me
Yay.
tell you a little bit about them.
I guess I know
Let's
where
start
Star
with-
and the Forces of Evil got it.
So let me start off with Stella. She is Princess and Guardian Fairy of the world of Solaria.
Oh boy.
And again, it is a monarch.
Flipping fresh magazine.
She is
As
going
it
to
is.
inherit the planet. And right now, the king and queen are getting a divorce.
Oh. Wait, seriously?
Yeah,
This is like for teenagers, right?
yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess to be fair, I is a subject a lot of North American teenagers would experience.
Yeah. But yeah. So, yeah. Do you know what else we know about it?
What?
Fucking nothing.
To be fair, that's about what I expected of, again, kids' fairy cartoon show.
All right.
It's usually up to us fan fiction authors to really go into the cultures, economics, and policies of a given nation state or
Yeah, the
nation
only other-
planet.
Yeah. So let's go to the next one.
Oh boy.
Let's go to Flora,
Oh
Guardian
god.
Fairy of Linfea,
Reloading ammunition.
the planet of nature.
Getting a little George Lucas in here, it feels like.
You know what we know about Linfea?
It's a planet of nature.
Exactly. Moving on, let's talk about Musa, Guardian Fairy of Melody.
Oh, I think I can see where that's going. Planet of
The thing
Song.
is, yeah, Planet of Song and all that. The thing is, though, we can extrapolate a little bit of the political situation in that one, because technically, she is, because had her dad not married her mom, he would have been the crown prince of Melody.
So, matrilineal? Or matriarchal, I should say?
No, actually. The thing is, he gave up his claim to the throne to marry Musa's mom.
Ah, okay. What are you talking, Archduke Ferdinand or something?
I don't know. But we can extrapolate that there was probably a political upheaval because he chose love over, the throne.
Well, I mean, without any further information, it could literally be he just passed on to his younger sibling or something.
We don't know if he has a younger sibling.
Yeah, I guess they're fairly character focused.
Yeah. But yeah, there is probably a little bit of political upheaval. To what extent? I don't know. Because you know what else we know about it?
Jack?
Bingo! Let's move on to the third one. Techna,
Oh boy.
Fairy of Technology.
Alright. What's the planet's name?
Princess of... Hold on. Oh, yeah. Fairy of Technology and Guardian Fairy of Zenith.
Okay, that's a little less on the nose than her actual name.
Yeah.
Although if they were actually going for the original Greek ideal of Techna, I would give them some points, but I feel that's not what they're going for, given...
Okay, what is the original Greek ideal for Techna?
Right, so it's been a while since I'm gonna have to look it up again, because the details elude me after this time. But basically, Techna is the Greek... it's Greek, first of all. Generally translates to art craft, skill, or technique. I remember I used this back. I had to look this up back when I was doing some Gundam Wing fan fiction. So it was the Techno Wing and Epion Telos, right? So Telos is the Greek word for end, purpose, or goal. So basically, like, in the whole setup, I had Epion Telos and Techno Wing. It's a little bit of it. But anyway, so Techno is just Greek for art, craft, skill, or technique, and it would be your central concept, particularly when discussing the nature of knowledge and its practical application.
Oh yeah, no, they actually do somewhat okay with that then. Like, she is rather smart and is considered the most logical of all of the fairies.
Well, it's not really like... So, that's not quite what it's about, because that's generally more towards, like, Philos philosophy in some instances.
Yeah. Look, it's better than most of the other ones.
Right.
The other ones literally beat you to death with their... It literally beats you to death with how obvious they are.
Right.
But this one, in terms of Zenith, they are... It's a cold planet, and they use the cold to their advantage to help make their technology function a bit better.
Oh, good on them.
They are also workaholics, and they generally prefer logic over emotion.
How Vulcan of them.
Yeah.
I imagine Tahu would have something to say if you didn't already go to bed.
You know what else we know about them?
Zilch?
They're a monarchy.
Okay, so not Zilch, but Ilch.
Yeah. And lastly, we have Blue. So, Earth is Earth. Like, I don't need to introduce Earth. Let's talk about Dominant.
Oh no.
Or, depending on which dub you go for, Sparks. Sparks. Me personally, I subscribe to the theory that the planet is called Domino, but the capital city was called Sparks.
All right.
So we know that this was the world she was born in, and it was home to the Dragonfire.
Dragonfire.
The origin of a lot of stuff in the universe comes from the Dragonfire. It is considered the most powerful source of magic in existence.
Of course it is.
And then it was utterly turned into a frozen hellscape by the ancestral witches.
All right. Okay.
Why? I don't know. I was drinking at the time of that explanation, so I can't fully explain.
Seems about right.
But what does this mean? Well, nothing for the points of this, because pretty much everyone is dead, and it is a frozen hellscape.
So the only one we've got is Bloom, who is adopted.
Yes.
Joy.
And then later seasons, we also resurrect her dead sister, Daphne.
Okay.
Don't question it. It's the fantasy side of the sci-fantasy universe happening again.
Alrighty.
So, yeah. You know what else we know of it after that?
Nothing.
There are giant snowmen on the planet.
I assume they weren't there before.
They probably adapted to the conditions of the world after it got turned into a frozen hellscape.
I mean, okay.
But after that,
Nothing. Sounds
So-
about right.
But this got me thinking. Okay. I know Ariadna is considered by many to be the weakest faction in the geopolitical landscape of the human sphere of infinity.
Okay.
But this also gives me an opportunity. So what happens when a sci-fantasy universe that leads more towards fantasy encounters a sci-fi universe?
Well, usually it depends.
Yes. But this got me thinking, okay, Ariadna is actually a good starting point for this interaction. Because we can relate to Ariadna. Ariadna is us, possibly a couple, it's like a century ahead of us.
Apparently it's 180 years, going by I read on the website.
Well, yes, but that's the human sphere as a whole. Ariadna is more like 100. Look, Ariadna is a little bit more conservative than the rest of the human sphere.
I'll take your word for it.
Like, to give you an idea, one of their biggest advantages is that their units cannot be hacked.
Don't tell me. They use, I don't know what the joke would be, actually.
Like, to give you an idea, it is hard. If you were to stick a combat hacker from any of the other factions in a fight against an Ariadnan soldier, the Ariadnan soldier would win because you can't hack an engine. You can't hack an energy. You can't hack their blades. You can't hack an M4.
Interesting. But all the other factions are so heavily technologized
That they can be hacked. It's actually a problem. Ariadna's biggest problem is that they have to play catch up. But yeah, anyway. So this got me thinking, okay, Ariadna encounters some of these factions, and now these factions have to deal with a sci-fi faction, and Ariadna has to deal with magic.
What exactly is the WINX Club magic style? It's just like elemental Sailor Moon stuff?
It's all over the place, I'm gonna be honest with you. You've got some ritualized stuff with witches, you've got some degree of evocation, you've got curses, there's a lot.
Sounds like it.
It's like a hodgepodge of everything.
Right.
So, there's a whole number of things that could happen here. Because there's kind of four major points of Ariadnan history. You have the initial colonization efforts. You have the antipode conquest / conflicts. You have the Civil War, and then you have the corporate wars.
Interesting progression.
Yeah, so I'm not going to pick. So, as an idea, you probably don't want to have the initial stages of the colonization be the point of contact.
Right.
Because then you just have completely different events happen.
Right.
Where things get interesting is Civil War era and Antipode Wars. So, if you go with the Antipode Wars, you could have them, say, make contact with Linfea, and then instead of having to go on Westward American Expansion 2.0,
Right.
you could instead have them be a little more negotiable with the antipodes. So they can actually expand across the planet instead of just being stuck on the main continent. And then they can trade with, and then they have to deal with, the magical nonsense of Linfea. The other option, and this is where you can get interesting things happening with the stuff happening with it, is Civil War era. So, Civil War era, you could have the events of WINX Club happen. Say, Bloom gets tossed into one of the 4 major factions of that Civil War, gets adopted by them, gets dragged into the Civil War, and then, the events of the Civil War happen.
Right.
Only to get paused due to the events of WINX Club. Alternatively, you could have Bloom be the preventative cause of the Civil War by having the separation clauses never be triggered, because holy fuck, why is there this girl fighting an ogre that we have never encountered on this planet alongside a literal fairy?
Baby.
So now, instead of having a civil war, people are panicking about, oh god, there's a whole other set of civilizations out there, and I don't think we're prepared for that.
Right. Because this would probably be before any of the other alien races showed up. Or at least before they're aware of them.
Correct. So now you have Ariadna, not in a civil war, but very heavily armed, now realizing we're kind of screwed, aren't we?
Potentially.
So this causes them to not have their civil war, but instead band together, and now they have to present themselves as the governing body of Earth, or the representative of humanity, or their version of humanity.
Well, I would probably say they probably wouldn't claim representation of Earth, at least just of Ariadna, depending.
Yeah, at the very least of Dawn, just their planet. So we have that, and they have to basically now try to present themselves.
And then, I don't even know what WINX Club's plot was about.
It depends on the season.
I mean, I figured something like that.
But basically, you now have each of the representatives of Ariadna, who was originally there to declare independence. Now they have to basically get everyone in the government, in their respective governments, to be like, okay, let's not. We have bigger problems.
Actually, do you know how I've been trying to think of this whole thing?
Hold on, one moment.
How does that... Okay, there's the... I need to fucking... Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
Sorry, I have a weird confession to make. The way I've been thinking about this crossover has just been replacing every mention of WINX Club with My Little Pony. Because of all the fucking film fiction stories I've read, I have a better grasp of that plot than I do WINX Club. It's just very awkward.
No, fair enough. Fair enough, but
I think trope-wise it matches up about right.
Yeah, trope-wise it matches up. But yeah. So they basically have to calm their governments down, and they now have to present Ariadna as a unified federal republic, even though there's like 4 different federal republics in there.
Yeah. Well, at the very least, they could have their own UN, kinda, sorta.
Yeah.
Wait, so what? So, was it just like a whole like scattershot bag of every nation that could get a colonization effort, and they just threw it through the wormhole, and then it just was shut or something?
Pretty much.
Sounds about right. How the hell does this gun's ejection work? Hold on.
But yeah. So.
Okay, there's the bolt. Okay, that just blended into the.
So yeah. So now, Bloom. So what I'm thinking is, Bloom is sent to Althea to basically be the representative of Ariadna. And when they hear about the school for specialists, they think, wait, we can make this work. Why don't we send some of our guys over there to learn about their technology?
The school for specialists is in WINX Club? Is in...
Yeah, there's like a school for training heroes, sorcerers, and all these other specialist forces.
Well, that works.
So they think so the Ariadnan government thinks, okay, we have an idea of what sort of technology is out there. We need to catch up. Or at least we need to be able to find a way, or at least we need to be able to compare our stuff to their stuff. So they send in some guys to basically act as, new members of the specialist school so that they can learn as much as they can. And send stuff back so that they can have their researchers on them.
Sounds about right. I mean, is there like an age range for the school then? Is I'm thinking like typically
16.
Yeah,
16
typical
is like
high school
point.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
High school adjacent bullshit, I should say.
Yeah. So, like, as an example, one thing that I was going to for sure do is basically have the power armored units send some representatives.
I mean, in order to fit within the general age range, most of the guys you'd send would be like either F&G new guys or like early JROTC candidates and shit. Or whatever equivalent Ariadna would have.
Yeah. So it's hilarious that you have literally FNGs to these units going back to school. Like, imagine you finally making it through some degree of training and you're assigned to the Blackjack Battalion. And you think, yes. And then they tell you, congratulations, due to political situation, we're sending you back to school on another planet.
I mean, to be fair, like I said, JRTC are ROTC, so generally you'd expect them to be an officer training candidate anyway, is why I expect them to be the minimum. So they'd already be expected to still be going through some measure of schooling, just not alien witchcraft school or whatever.
Yeah.
God, now that just makes me think of Voltron, the newer ones. Like,
Reloading.
Well, with that, it is almost 11 here, so I have to go to bed too.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's it.
But yeah.
It's a nice concept. If you ever get around to writing it, I look forward to reading it. Also,
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to be checking out more of Infinity, just because
Yeah.
that's just right up my alley, man.
Yeah.
And it's not as annoying as
Question,
Warhammer.
Have you been streaming this still?
What do you mean by this? Like Space Marine 2?
Like this entire thing?
Yes.
The whole conversation?
Yes,
Huh.
we are still live.
Huh. Neat.
I mean,
Well-
like, I doubt anyone's going to see it, but, you know, on the off chance, someone's going to probably clip my My Little Pony confession and use that to embarrass me if we ever get famous. Not likely, but fun thing to think about.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
your whole WINX Club thing is just... I don't know.
Look,
That's,
I did this whole thing while I was thinking up that massive crossover thing.
I think still a little weird and out there. Also, have you been doing something while you've been talking? Because honestly, it sounds like you're reassembling a handgun, but that's just my Americanness talking, I think.
Yes, actually.
Oh, shit. Well, yeah.
Well, actually, no. I've just been taking the magazines in and out.
It sounded very similar. It's like, yeah, okay. I'm going to assume Nerf or Airsoft or something.
Water, actually.
Water. Of course, water guns have magazines now. Like, oh, to be fair, I think
Yeah.
there's some.
Yeah, no.
Actually, isn't Nerf the ones that make most like of the kitty water guns you see back in the day? I might think of
Yeah.
someone else.
But
That's very strange.
Super Soaker, that was what it was.
Yeah.
But they ran some late in the mid 2000s, like 2010-ish. They started running some ideas where they'd experiment with magazines for water guns. It kind of took off, but also not really.
Well, it was probably out of my price range back in the day.
Yeah. But yeah.
All right. Well, let's sign off the stream first. Thanks to everyone who's been watching. I've been Cmmdfugal.
I've been Fugal.
And there was also Tahu, but that's probably asleep now. And thanks for watching us play through 2 missions of Space Marine 2's operations and discuss a weird backstory fanfic fusion story thing of WINX Club and the Infinity Tactical Tabletop Miniatures game.
And that'd be a hell of a thing for people to think up in the future.
I mean, you thought of it, so...
No, yeah, I know I thought of it, but like, imagine if someone from Spain or Italy found this thing, and then because the thing is, WINX is kind of like
big in Europe,
Disney in Italy.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, the guy who created it, he's basically known as the Walt Disney of Italy.
Well, okay then. That interesting.
Yeah, and then Corvus Belli, the guys behind Infinity, they're a Spanish company.
All right then. We'll have to keep that in mind if this ever pops up in the future.
So yeah, there's probably some weird intersecting point with someone over there.
Actually, you know what? I might, since there's still that whole not embargo, but that whole curse on Warhammer fan animations and shit, I might just pivot to Infinity and see if I can find some basic model scans that I can remap, remodel, and retexture and make in animations.
Oh god, you can make that. You can convert them into an STL file. That would be amazing. Because oh my god, I hate working with metal.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they're not going to be game usable or game legal.
I don't
in either
care.
case.
I don't care.
I'll keep that in mind. I'll see what I can pull. Well, to be fair, if I'd probably be working off like an STL scanner or something initially, so
Yeah.
I'll have to see what they have on like what's that site called? Curses, something like that.
Yeah, But if you can find something, particularly of blackjacks or ratnicks, send them to me.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Right, ending stream. And where's the end screen button? Hey, that's it. Me, Cmmdfugal, and Fugal. Goodbye, guys.
Bye.